What up, it's Shipwreck back with another sports talk video. Today we're talking about Anthony Barr's restructure, and now it's time to stop the slander. It seems to me that everybody's mad at Anthony Barr because he didn't want to do a restructure, which I also was very upset with. But that was a couple weeks ago, months ago. Now he has finally agreed to restructure, get his cap deal down, becomes a free agent a whole year earlier. So this is going to be one of his last years with the team if he doesn't sign an extension. But now that Anthony Barr has decided to do a restructure, which is in the best interest of the team and himself, I think that we need to leave this man alone. Because now Anthony Barr helped the team out by cutting his cap hit. So he's not being paid like a top linebacker in the NFL anymore. I know a lot of people on Twitter be mad talking about, oh, he's not even top 50, he's not this, he's not that. That man is still a very good football player. A lot of people have forgot this because he only played 2 games last year, so then out of sight, out of mind. He's coming off an injury. But even when Anthony Barr isn't having his best season, he still is a top quality linebacker. A lot of things that he does for the team will not show up in any stat sheet. He does lots of things that draw lots of formations and schemes. Like, the other teams are worried about Anthony Barr and where he's at. He's one of those players. Kendricks is a great player, but he doesn't have that X factor ability. He's just solid all around. Pass coverage, tackling, just in the right position. Anthony Barr is more of like X factor. You don't know where he's coming from. He's got that the Harrison Smith to him, like that kind of essence. Like you don't know where he's coming from or what he's doing. Anthony Barr has been on this team for a long time, been a captain, been a leader. No matter what season you look at, he's always been a top 15 linebacker in this league. He was being overpaid, but now that's gone now that he did the restructure. He's brought his cap hit down, that now he's being paid like an average linebacker in the league. Now this is the second time Anthony Barr's taken a pay cut to stay in Minnesota. He almost went to the Jets a couple years ago, took less money to stay here. This time is going to be a little different because he's coming off an injury, and also it gets him to free agency faster, so this deal helps him out and it helps the Vikings. So I don't understand why people are going to be so mad at him. If he plays better than his contract this year, then he's going to get paid. If he plays worse, well, then he's going to be gone. Now I'm going to start this off by saying I have no problems with Eric Wilson. I think he's a pretty good linebacker, but Anthony Barr is clearly better. A lot of people will look at Eric Wilson's numbers and be like, oh, he had more tackles and he has this and that. Eric Wilson is slightly better at pass coverage than Anthony Barr, but he is not as good of a rusher and he's not as good at run defense. And Eric Wilson had a lot of time to shine last year because our defense was horrible. And usually linebackers eat on horrible defenses with horrible defensive lines. It's a lot easier for them to get a lot of tackles, rack up stats, but as we all seen, our defense was horrible last year. Just one of the X factors that Anthony Barr brings that Eric Wilson doesn't is Anthony Barr. It takes a left tackle or a right tackle and a tight end to block Anthony Barr. If you send a running back to chip him or block him, not going to work out for you. If you send a running back to block Eric Wilson, way better odds of getting that block done. Like I said before, I was also mad at Anthony Barr when he decided he didn't want to restructure his contract. He didn't want to talk about it. But I think that the team talked some sense into him. His agent talked some sense into him. Like, hey, man, this restructure is best for both sides. This is a good thing. But even with this Anthony Barr restructure, depending on how this draft goes, if there's a big run on left tackle and like positions that we need to look at maybe taking positions that aren't getting picked. Like if there's, if like 4 wide receivers get taken, 5 linemen, 4 or 5 quarterbacks, like we need to look at defense then. Let's take a linebacker. Let's take a safety if we have to. Let's take the best player available. Don't just take a lineman just because they're there. Like nobody knows what's actually going to happen in the draft. You look at mock drafts, they're like 15% right. Nobody really knows who's going to get taken. There's always players that get taken that nobody thinks are going to get taken. But if a guy like Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Jeremiah Owusu, the Vikings could also go with Zaven Collins out of Tulsa. He is a Anthony Barr replica, honestly. Outside linebacker has a lot of Anthony Barr vibes to him, plays a lot like him, can rush, pass coverage, all around just athletic freak, a little bit raw. I feel like we have to take best position available. I'm a little down on Michael Parsons, but I mean, everybody else has got a lot of hype around him, so I guess we'll see. But we do have a lot of picks in the 3rd and 4th round, so I say we just take the best player available in the 1st round. And the 3rd and 4th round, we have 7 picks. We take all the position needs we need there. Reach on guys there. Don't reach in the early 1st round. I tend to think the Vikings are going to go with a guy that Mike Zimmer's looking for because it's kind of his last little hurrah, his last team. If we don't do good this year, Zimmer's going to be done. If you believe in Mike Zimmer, then you believe in Anthony Barr because that's his first pick. That's his guy. Other than Harrison Smith, he pretty much runs this defense. Daniel Hunter, great player. Eric Kendricks, great player. Harrison Smith, game changer. Anthony Barr, people scheme for him. If he can just get back to the production that he had in his 2nd and 3rd year, then people definitely stop talking about him. He'll go out and get paid. The only thing I say that we didn't do for him is make him more of that edge defender. Like if he would have took that contract with the Jets, they probably would have made him more of a 3-4 linebacker, a little bit of that outside edge rusher, because he is a really good pass rusher. So I feel like we have underutilized him in that aspect, but Anthony Barr restructuring and staying with us is a good thing. So we need to stop the Anthony Barr slander. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Shipwreck out. These toxic Eagle fans, man. Kirk Cousins is top 10. You know what I'm saying? Justin freaking Jefferson, baby. Tim Brady got 7 rings. Luka Doncic is a future MVP and future NBA champion.